How's it going, all you vandals? This is Johnny Alpha wanting to welcome you back to Graphic Vandalism. In this video, I'm going to take a look at 5 fantasy comics that totally rock and completely impressed me. I will not be looking at any dark fantasy books in this list, as that will be a whole nother list and a whole nother video. But rather, I'll just show you 5 amazing examples of modern contemporary takes on classic fantasy. So, let's just get into it. Okay, up first at number 5, we have Salem Brownstone, All Along the Watchtowers, written by John Harris Dunning with stunning art by Nicole Singh and published by Candlewick Press. Now, the art in this book does have a dark and creepy vibe to it that gives it almost a German expressionist look, but this story is a rather lighthearted and almost innocent adventure into this really odd world. And the story for this one is all about a young man named Salem Brownstone. After he learns that his father that he'd never known has passed away, he inherits everything his father owned, including being the protector of Earth. And with some help from some new friends who just so happen to be sideshow freaks, Salem must battle interdimensional demons, as that is now his birthright. This book was a very fun, odd find I made, and the strong visual storytelling make it an underrated gem of epic proportions. Alright then, up next, number 4, we have Olympus, written by Nathan Edmondson with detailed psychedelic art by Kristen Ward and published by Image Comics. This comic is the most fun and wild take I have ever read on Greek mythology, and it reads like what we'd get if Shane Black's movie The Nice Guys was steeped in Greek myths. And this comic chronicles the adventures of Castor and Pollux, 2 brothers granted immortality by Zeus for an eternity of service. And now they are the keepers of the balance between the human realm and the divine. I really do wish there was more than just this one art for this book, as it's just written so fun and the artwork is incredible. Cool, cool. And now with number 3, we have The Spire, written by Simon Spurrier with utterly wonderful art by Jeff Stokely and published by Boom Studios. And The Spire is just a very awesome, hard-edged fantasy whodunit that just runs wild doing its own thing, as it's a wondrous, fantastical story set in a post-apocalyptic setting. The Spire itself is a giant metal sanctuary, standing tall in the middle of the wastelands. When a string of brutal murders start, Shah, who is the head of the city watch, unravels a mystery that shakes the very foundations of the world she knows. Now, Spurrier is one of the top up-and-coming talents in comics today, and this book shows you why, with its fun cast of great characters and addictive, intoxicating storytelling. Alright. Next up at number 2, let's take a look at Oryx Dayne, written and wonderfully drawn by James Stokoe. Now, one of the best compliments I can ever give a creator is the praise for being able to make a world in a comic that is a character all of its own, and Stokoe does all of that and more with Oryx Dayne. And the story for this one is all about a young treasure hunting orc named One Eye, who is wanted and being chased over prophecy he doesn't even know he's a part of. As we follow him through his world of magic and wonder, we get one hell of a thrill ride. And if you've never read this comic before, all I can tell you is go out and get it now and be prepared to get kicked in the graunch. Okay then, last but not least, here's my number 1 pick, May, written and drawn by Gene Ha, published by Dark Horse Comics. And this comic's not just my top pick for fun fantasy comics, it's also one of my favorite new comics of the last few years. Ha made magic with this book. And the story for this one is all about a young woman named May. After her sister Abby, who has been missing for years, comes home, May learns her sister is a badass warrior and was not missing but living and having adventures in an alternate dimension. When their father is kidnapped, May and Abby must tool up and prepare for the adventure of a lifetime. And I really do just have to say, I love both the leads in this book. They're just so cute and very well written. They're likable, heroic leads, as Abby is the punch-first hero, and May is the fast-thinking, save-the-day nerd. They make for one of the best teams ever. And there you have it, Vandals. 5 totally fun and awesome fantasy adventure comics. And if I missed your favorite, please let me know in the comments, because I love recommendations. But for now, until next time, this is Johnny Alpha from Graphic Vandalism saying, don't stop reading.